What's up, squash players? I've got a pair of shoes I'm going to start reviewing. These are the iRackets shoes. This is the 2019 model. That's part of their second wave of shoes. I think this is called Night Storm Navy. Big thanks to PDH Sports who gave me this pair of shoes to review. This is a popular shoe on the pro circuit. A lot of the players use this. A lot of players that use their rackets and also that don't use their rackets and just use their shoes are playing with these. I'm using a US 12 because they don't come in 11.5 US, and I guess that's the standard approach for I'm not sure how far down the sizing chart that goes. These have a dark sole, but it's non-marking, and obviously they're designed specifically for squash, so of course they're non-marking. They have kind of eyelets so you can cinch up your shoes pretty tight, so we'll see. I might have to use that in the because they're a little bit they're half size bigger than my normal, although Paul from PDH Sports said that these do run a little small. So they have removable insoles. I've already actually worn these today on court and have some very quick feedback that I'll give you in a second. So the iRackets logo is already worn off in my first day. Got the new logo on the side there. These come in a bunch of different colors, but they're all, I think, the same shoe, other than the fact that there was an initial version that came out a few years ago, and this is the updated model that pretty much you're gonna get everywhere you go. The front here has the logo. It's kind of got this like plastic sheen over it, but it's just covering normal kind of absorbent mesh all around the shoe. When I first put these on, I noticed that coming from the shoes that I was wearing, these had very little arch support. It feels very flat inside the shoe. The sizing seemed pretty good, maybe a little bit large, so I'm gonna have to see how it goes as I break it in, whether it feels too large. The grip was immediately very secure. I didn't have any slips at all throughout my day today, and so it's a good start from that aspect. One of these I just put on the scale, and it weighs 395 grams, so maybe a touch on the heavier side compared to some other shoes. It doesn't feel super padded. It feels kind of like a stiff sole, and it feels sort of higher in the back as far as I can make out, and kind of tapers down to the front, so you feel like you're pitched forward, which is good for those hunting on the tee. We'll have to see about the durability. This is my first day's scraping there this is my left foot where I drag my toe on the way into the front, and I've already got some sort of an initial coat of paint has been scraped off there. First impression was decent. My foot was moving around in the shoe maybe a little more, so I think I'm gonna go out and maybe a little more than I would have liked. So I think I'm gonna go out next time and make sure these are tightened up nicely with these eye holes here, and we will see how they go over time. But just wanted to give you an introduction to these while they were still reasonably fresh out of the box. So again, these are called the IS line squash shoes, and I'll be back with a follow-up video on these in the future to let you know kind of how they wore over time. Hope that was helpful. Thanks a lot.